Hello, everyone. I am coming in here just a little bit early today. I have something else going on in just a little bit, something I did not schedule, so I can't reschedule it. I want to come in here today and talk to you about urges and one pretty incredible way to manage those urges, something I learned from my instructor, Brooke Castillo, at the Life Coach School. And I think it's going to be helpful, something you can adopt if you'd like, but also just another awareness tool on how our brains work. So, we've talked before about the motivational triad, right? Our brains are designed to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be ever so efficient, right? Expend minimal energy. And so that's why when we have the desire or the urge for something, in this case, we'll say food, and we have that urge is because of a thought. And the thought could be as simple as that looks good. Like it can be so simple. It doesn't have to be this deep reason of why we've, you know, been eating our whole lives. We've gone up and down the scale. I mean, there are certainly underlying beliefs and things that we can examine, but it honestly could be as simple as that. It could be as simple as that looks delicious. That tastes good. Oh, that's my favorite cookie, whatever it is. And so we perpetuate that. We think that thought, we see the cookie, we get the cookies for Mother's Day from our kids, just a circumstance. We see the Oreos and we say, those are so good. Creates an urge, right? Our thoughts create our feelings. So an urge is simply a feeling, right? It's not this uncontrollable thing that turns you into this puppet and there's a puppet master reaching for the cookies and putting them in their mouth, right? It feels like that sometimes, but it's not. You always have the control. So we see the cookies. We think those are my favorite cookies. We have an urge. And at this point, we can do one of four things. We can react to the urge, which means we grab the cookie and eat it. We can resist the urge and basically have this tug of war in our brain and fight the urge and white knuckle it and say, oh, no, but you can't have that. And, argue in our heads. That's resisting. That's how we've been taught to lose weight. This is not what this program's about. Okay. There's no resistance. You can avoid the urge where you're like, oh, I got to get out of the house. So you get out of the house and you go for a walk. Not saying walks aren't delightful and wonderful, but here's what I want you to do instead of those three things. I want you to allow the urge. And what that feels like is it's an openness, right? You're opening to the urge. You're feeling it in your body. You can think about it, like take your mind into, oh, I feel the urge. It's like, it's making my shoulders tense. It feels like this throbbing, pulsating blue energy, whatever it is for you. So you can get out of your head, get your thoughts, get into your body. So you're not like resisting in your head. You're opening to the urge and you're willing to feel that feeling. Okay. Think of it that way. It's just an emotion. It's just a feeling. It's an urge. And so if you open up and allow that urge in, allow it to be present without white knuckling it through, you're going to process that urge through just like you would any other feeling. It's going to process through your body and it's just going to, fade away. Okay. When you're busy resisting urges, you're using willpower. And that just doesn't last. And it's exhausting, so exhausting. But when you learn to process your feelings, feel the urge, and let it go, you're on the right track. You've got it. You never have to worry about it again. You're deconditioning yourself to those urges. So here's the other piece of that. Our brains love a reward. Okay. So when we see the cookies and we think Oreos are my favorite, we create an urge. Our brains want to be rewarded. our brain wants you to grab that food. Your body doesn't necessarily want an Oreo, right? You eat too many Oreos, you feel like shit. So your body doesn't even really want it, but your brain is telling you it's so important that you give into this urge and eat the cookie. So when we eat the cookie, we're perpetuating that cycle. Here's the thing, if we stop rewarding our brain still wants some kind of reward in the moment immediately. So I learned this really amazing tool that you are free to adopt. It is called the Urge Jar. Okay. So get yourself just like a cute little jar. Like it's just a cute little petite jar. And I don't have the rest of them over here, but get yourself a little packet of like 100 beads. Okay. These are just pretty little glass beads. They're lovely. And so you keep them, in a different container. And whenever you feel an urge, you think a thought that creates an urge in your body and you're like, oh, here's that urge. And you're like, I'm going to allow it. And you just breathe it in. You allow the urge to be there. You process it through. You do not use willpower. You don't avoid it because it's still going to be there. It's still going to be hiding in the background if you avoid it. If you try to resist it, you're pushing it away. It's going to come at you stronger, right? We talk about that with like toddlers. They're just going to keep getting louder until you acknowledge them. So you might as well just acknowledge them, right? So you're going to allow it in, breathe it through, just be with the urge, notice it, let it be there, let it be present, process it through. And when you've fully processed that urge, you're going to take one of these beads, okay, and you're going to pop it in the jar. It's very kindergarten, okay? It's so much fun. It's very kindergarten, but it's this little satisfaction. You're still giving your brain this feeling, this reward, this satisfaction. You've rewarded the urge. You've rewarded yourself allowing the urge by popping it in this jar, okay? And once you've hit 100 urges, you're not even going to feel those urges anymore, right? You may feel it, but you're like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't had an urge for that in a while, right? So the more you accumulate, so every time you allow an urge rather than resisting it, and you pop that bead into the jar, it's this little bit of satisfaction. It's what I have a worksheet where you can write your urges out. That's another way. It's a reward. Do it in the moment. Be like, oh, kids gave me Oreos for Mother's Day. I felt an urge to eat 5 of them at once. I allowed the urge. I did not react. Write that in. This is just another way to accumulate some reward for your brain. Okay. And it really works. It's pretty funny because, like I said, it's very kindergarten, like a little sticker for your reward. I love this idea of the urge jar with these pretty beads because they're just so pretty, and you set them out somewhere. I used to have them right on my mantle back there, but I have them on my other shelf on the other side of the room. So, and I suggest you only use it for one specific thing at a time. So if you're working on not overeating, right? So you're working on allowing urges, stick with that. If you're working on over drinking, works for that too, right? So you can focus it on that. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever urges you're working to decondition in your brain. Okay. So that is my tip for you today, is get yourself a beautiful little urge jar, right? You can see all the beads, you can see them accumulating. And if you think about it, every one of those little beads could be like 20 calories, right? So you add up 100 of those, 100 of these. What I meant to say was a full jar could be 20 pounds. That's what I meant to say. I knew it was 20 something. We're not focused on calories, y'all. See, that diet brain gets in here. It's hard to decondition. But you fill this jar with 100 urges, that could equal 20 pounds, right? Depends what urges. So it's a beautiful system. I encourage you to try it. Let me know how you're doing with with your protocol that you've set, with allowing urges, with working the system. If there's other things you want to talk about, feel free to send me a message. And thanks so much, y'all. It was great to see you. I didn't really see you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.